Hello, my name is Lydia Jordan. I'm the CEO and founder of Lycon Cosmetics. I have been manufacturing the Lycon brand of depilatory waxes and skincare products since 1978. Lycon is distributed in over 75 countries. It is known as the creme de la creme of waxes, amazing skincare products that really produce results, and Lycon waxes are known as the best in the world. And now I would like to introduce you to the Pinkini Brazilian care range, which consists of all these wonderful products that are very special and very beneficial for Brazilian waxing. Brazilian waxing is the bread and butter of a lot of salons, and salons can be judged by their Brazilian waxing. So with the Pinkini wax, it is a blend of our two different formulas, and one is the traditional hot wax, which is very strong, it removes hair as short as 1 millimeter, and the other one is the LYCOtec, which is a synthetic resin-based wax, and LYCOtec is extremely pliable, very easy to use, and the pliability plays a big part in it being extremely gentle, and this is what Pinkini is all about. So Pinkini is a low temperature wax. It will remove hair as short as 1 millimeter. Because it's a low temperature wax, you can reapply it on the same area 5 or 6 times without any discomfort and without feeling the heat, and client doesn't even hardly feel the pain. With the LYCOtec making the wax a lot more pliable, it is very easy to get used to waxing Brazilians. It is excellent for novices because there's really very little that can go wrong. There are many ingredients in the whole range. We have the professional range and we also have a retail range. So the professional range consists of the wax, which I just explained, and a lot of the other products, the lotions for before and after waxing, which are a very important part of the Pinkini system, and they have very special ingredients that provide a calming effect, a nurturing effect, moisturizing like Tasman berry, calendula, aloe vera, arnica in the Pinkini wax. And all of these ingredients are very beneficial for the skin and makes life very easy for everybody. Now, apart from Brazilian waxing with the Pinkini Hybrid Hot Wax, it can be used on any other part of the face and body. You can use it on the face, you can use it on the underarms, and you can practice your Brazilian on the legs. The legs are really the best area where we should practice before we venture to do a Brazilian wax. It's an area where there's not as much hair, and you can get confident in how you're applying the wax and how you're removing the wax, so everyone will be a lot happier, including you, because if we're nervous and the thing's going wrong, the client will feel it. So the more you practice and get prepared to do a Brazilian wax on a client, on yourself, or anybody, a friend that on the legs, then you can venture into the Brazilian a lot easier. So there is a certain process to do a very good Pinkini waxing service. So we need to prepare the skin, and the product you use is the Pinkini Skin Cleanser, which has disinfectant properties. It removes cream residue, debris, pollution, perspiration, even bacteria. If there's any undesirable bacteria floating around the place, it will remove that, because when you take the hair out, any undesirable bacteria that may be on the skin can enter the follicle and create some problems. So most importantly, cleanse the skin first with the Pinkini Skin Cleanser. Then you apply the pre-waxing oil. It's used very sparingly, a little goes a long way. Just put some on and massage it in. If you have too much and the skin is very shiny, just tissue some of it off. It pre-soothes the skin. The pre-waxing oil stops the wax from sticking to the skin and makes waxing incredibly comfortable. So once we have applied the oil, we apply the wax in patches, and it's very important when you're applying any of our hot waxes, and in particular also in this case the Pinkini Hybrid Hot Wax, is to apply the wax with good pressure. You know, like if you could be close to me, you will hear a scraping sound on my skin. Now that doesn't feel that comfortable, but when the wax is on the spatula actually glides and it doesn't feel painful at all. It feels very, very comfortable. It's actually like giving a little bit of a massage. So you scrape the wax on to make sure that if the hair is dense in particular, that you actually apply the wax right to the skin level. If the wax is floating on hair, let's say this is hair, and if the wax is floating on the surface of the hair, it's not grabbing all the hair properly, so the hair can snap. Now in the genital area, the hairs are very dry, so it can actually snap. But if you put the wax to the base of the hair, then you're matting the wax in the hair at skin level, and it'll hold very nice and tight, and you can remove the hair completely by the roots, and it will not break it off. So when you're doing a Brazilian, there's a question always, where do you start? And really, there's no fast and hard rule about that. You know, some therapists like to start from the bottom up, some start at the top. I actually start on the sides. So you can put 2 patches, one on each side between the legs, one further up, and by the time you've applied the 4 of those, the first one will be ready to remove. You don't have to wait for the skin to cool down before you put another patch on. You would just apply the Pinkini pre-waxing oil, and that will protect again the skin when you apply the next batch of wax. Because as the hot wax patches are drying on the skin, they shrink wrap the hair, and while they're doing that, they're actually absorbing the oil that you've applied on the skin off the skin. The other thing that is happening with the hot waxes, it happens with the strip waxes as well, that you're actually removing a layer of the dead cells that are sitting on the skin surface. So this is actually why it's very important to make sure you're protecting the skin with the pre-waxing oil continuously. Just because you applied it at the beginning doesn't mean that's it. You must apply it before each hot wax application, so that as you have taken the dead cells and the hairs off, the new skin that's being exposed needs to be protected even more. It makes waxing a lot more comfortable because the wax doesn't drag the skin, and everyone is a lot happier. It minimizes the redness that can happen on the skin, no bruising, no pull skin that is going to come off, and that is like, it's been my go-to since 1980. It is absolutely the best. I can't wax without it. So when we finish waxing, we again clean the skin with the Pinkini skin cleanser, and then some people can be prone to some ingrown hairs on the bikini area. And you can just apply the finishing lotion, but I always prefer to make sure that I apply some of the Ingrown-X-IT solution, which is sprayed on that area after you've cleansed. Some of the other very convenient Ingrown-X-IT products are the wipes. You can just get one of those and wipe away, and they're important to recommend to the clients to actually use at home. There's a very small one, so if someone just needs a little bit for a small area, this will actually last for quite a lot of, at least 2 or 3 weeks, even just on the Brazilian area. It's very, very cost effective. Now, the other thing we have to think about is to recommend what the client should be doing at home. It's important to have a suitable product for females in particular that are pH balanced as a body wash. And that is excellent because we have the Pinkini Intimate Wash, and it comes in 2 sizes. There's a family size, and there's also the little travel size, which is very gentle, lathers up well, washes off well, and it doesn't leave any residue on the body, so it cannot clog up your skin in any way. Then some people get some pigmentation on the bikini zone. They might have even pigmentation on the underarms, and if they've been shaving, they're quite likely to have a darkening of the skin solely because of shaving. So with waxing, that it should go in time. The knees could be actually very dry and discolored. It can also happen around the breasts. So we have the Pinkini Lightening Serum. So I'll just do a little demonstration on my own arm just to show you what I was talking about, how to apply Pinkini. So this is the Pinkini Skin Cleanser. You just cleanse. Then we'll apply some of the pre-waxing oil. So scraping with the edge of the spatula firmly, and then you can just round it off, and that's done. You can actually put another patch on. As I said earlier, on the Brazilian area, you can put 4 patches very easily before you have to remove them. So that is already ready. It's very soft, it's very pliable. You don't have to let it set rock hard, and it won't set rock hard, but you can remove it very well and very nicely when it's still very pliable. You can see how soft it is, and you just pull it off and then rub straight away. On the Brazilian area, a good way to soothe the skin is just to apply pressure. Just quickly, and then it's done. Now this one too, don't pull off the skin going upwards, always pull along. Like an aeroplane taking off along the skin, don't go upwards. I call that going up like a helicopter, and that is wrong. Because if you're going up like a helicopter, it's pulling a lot of skin at a time, and it can be quite uncomfortable, and it can snap hairs. This is a very, very limited range and a very simple range with big results. Happy Brazilian care with Pinkini.